does. Now we go with this. Shoot through. And cut to the chase. Whenever the bounty hunter scores a crit, they gain. Reloads the weapon. Yeah, inspiring trophy. Yeah. Gains 2 APs. Kibela. What do you get? Tough as steel. Ooh. Revenge. Whenever the character loses wounds, their next melee attack gains 1 damage for every 2 wounds the character has lost. Don't want to do that. I don't want to rely on her getting hurt. The character gain a bonus to strength equals 20% of their maximum. Ooh, this is not bad. She gets stronger. The start of the character's turn, they restore 10% of their maximum wounds. If the character has... Wait. They restore 10% of their maximum wounds. If the character has less than 20% of wounds left, they restore 20%. But is this for every turn? Because she can heal. This means she is healing herself. Yeah, I mean, this means she's healing herself. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Flash wounds. And outsmart. Whenever the assassin hits an enemy without hitting the enemy's opening, the assassin gains 14% dodge until the start. That's macabre. Deals an additional 7 lone killer, while assassin has no allies in a 5-cell radius. Okay, that's usually not gonna happen. Each successful dodge grants the assassin 5 damage. Whose dodge? A successful dodge off. Okay. For every 10 damage dealt by assassin attack, the attack deals +1 direct damage to the... Ooh. Anytime a woodbine character scores a crit hit, now we go with this. For every 10 damage, they get 1 direct damage, and she usually does 100 something, so means 10 more. That's a 10%. Sure. 10% more damage. Okay, Ulfar. This one also. Let me damage. Yeah, we go with... Oh, relentless. No. Tough as steel. We're gonna put this one next. If we have, but let's go with overpenetration. Any ranged area and ranged burst attacks of the Archmilitant reduce the weapon skill of all enemies hit by 10. Gaining a stack of versatility increases the crit hit chance by 5. There was... Yeah, the Archmilitant can use two-handed ranged weapons with melee range, within melee range. This is what I wanted. But with the -10 penalty to ballistics, I'll take that. Because now, as is right now, I have to move away from melee range to use the heavy guns. But this way, we can just do it. If we cannot, we're just gonna shoot. That's huge. Ooh. Overextend. What is this? The character cannot be targeted by the voice of command ability. Okay. So, Abelard, you need melee. The character's first melee attack each round is an additional 2 damage for every cell between the character's current position and the spot where they... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, because we're gonna do that a lot. Okay, so our goal is to run. Wall of Feather crit. Okay, 8 temporary wounds or crit hit deals... No, Gonna go with this. An improved wall of ferrocrit. This one is wall of rock crit. This is ferrocrit. Okay. Good. And loot. Loot. Lots of loot. Oh my god. We're gonna see that, but not now. So, ooh, more loot here. Okay. And so what do we need to do right now? Yeah, wait for Calcazar summons. The Lord Inquisitor is not seeing any visitors on account of being preoccupied with matter of import. However daring it may sound, his lordship has no other way of meeting with Calcazar other than waiting to be summoned. Okay, we're gonna wait to be summoned. But before we do that, we're gonna go out. Gonna go back to Footfall. Maybe even go... Oh, there is more loot here. Whoa, 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 whoa. These are things we killed. Or they died. Oh, this one. They died here. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Okay. All those medikits. So what were these armors? 65, 75. Huh. High wall origin. Look at you, Argenta. You can get a better armor by far. Yeah, idiot. You hold on this. This is so cool. Ibella, you have this super cool one. Ulfar. Yeah. And you have... I think pretty much that's it. You get this actually. Even if the wearer attack opportunity deals an additional... you barely have any attack of opportunity route, so you get this. Ooh, nice. Okay. And they were newest. So this is where gains 20% Medicaid and ooh, that's... Oh, okay. And 20 Karus. I know you had the Doctor Lady, but you have this. No, she's Doctor Lady. So whenever the wearer has less than 50% wounds, every second attack against them is automatically dodged. So, oh my goodness, this is tough. The effect lasts for up to 2 rounds. But also look, whenever the wearer uses a medikit, they are equally important. Who could use this? How's your medikit? 52. Who is the next one? Yeah, that would be you. Okay, so you get this, and then you get this. Okay, that's better. So you okay. The wearer adjacent allies cannot fall prone and become immune to the force. Okay, who needs new shoes? No one. But this one, the wearer first Melta weapon reload. I think Appellard, you have a Melta, right? There is. Okay. Now, but the wearer gains 5 toughness. Intelligence is less than 35. Yeah, so what is the intelligence? Less than 35. Look. It's perfect for you. Wearer 10 parry reduction, armor penetration. Ooh, this Oh, okay. But this one, well, where is it? The full wounds. Okay, you need this. Because this one gives you 10% parry reduction. This is very, very, very important for you. Okay. Anyone? Okay, I think that's enough. Yeah, this is more than enough. Okay, now let's go here. Footfall.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Rest of the footfall. Let's go in atrium. Let me guess. The Inquisitor.
The elderly man in front of you is moving with the noiselessness of an experienced servant. He bows primly and says in a raspy voice,
"The Lord Inquisitor bade me inform you that it will be his pleasure to see your lordship at his palace. There are matters of the utmost urgency that he wishes to discuss, and he hopes you will find the time to meet with him in the near future."
Oh, to his palace. Okay, so who are you?
My name is Froscher, your lordship. I have the honor of being the Lord Inquisitor's retainer.
The man is unarmed and wearing no Inquisition insignia, but the military sharpness of his upright posture suggests he is a servant who doubles as a bodyguard.
Okay, I shall visit the Lord Inquisitor as soon as I can. What makes Calcazar think he can summon me like some lakey? Calcazar will have to wait. I have urgent matters to... Yeah, I shall visit the Lord Inquisitor as soon as I can.
I will pass on the good news to the Lord Inquisitor.
The man bows respectfully again.
Okay, so we're gonna meet him. So Liege Palace on... Okay, so we go on Liege Palace, which is here. Is everyone? Yep, everyone is coming. Yeah. Lord Inquisitor will see you now. Okay. Now let's talk with him. Where is he? Why they are always so far away?
Victory awaits.
I mean, I am also... Okay, so let's talk with Xavier. Ooh, he's not gonna be happy.
The Lord Inquisitor is engrossed in studying star system charts and reports, which are amassed on the desk like the ridges of a formidable mountain range. There are shadows beneath his eyes, which are ruthlessly dissecting the latest report, and his skin seems stretched taut over the bones of his skull. Without turning his head to you, Calcazar says wearily,
Greetings, your lordship. Your timing is impeccable.
An aged servant with the bearing of a veteran approaches the two of you. In a precise movement, he replaces the untouched cup of cold recaf in front of the Lord Inquisitor with a new one, slightly steaming. The warrior of Fenris folds his arms on his ceramite-plated chest regally and says in a dour voice,
Greetings, Inquisitor. You and I need to talk.
Calcazar bows respectfully.
Glory to the Emperor's angels of Fenris. Your words will be heeded, my lord.
So may the Emperor grant you strength and some time to rest, Lord Inquisitor.
The corners of Calcazar's mouth creep upward. In a befittingly grave tone, he replies,
I would be loath to trouble our master with a prayer for such an indulgence, especially one so utterly inappropriate at this fraught time.
Calcazar notices Argenta and inclines his head with a dignified air.
Sister.
The Battle Sister's eyes gleam as the Lord Inquisitor addresses her.
May your path be blessed. It is gratifying to see that the trials endured by the Expanse have failed to extinguish the flame of your fortitude.
A death cultist and the rogue trader's personal bodyguard.
The Lord Inquisitor gazes at Cabela intently.
I am curious, do you still adhere firmly to your cult's dogma, or has your loyalty to your master outgrown your faith?
My loyalty to the Daemon stems from the Undying One's will. Such is the thread of this blade, until his whisper bids it to spin a different one.
Cabela responds with calm assurance.
So I escaped from Komorak, where I was held captive by Xenos.
The Inquisitor raises an eyebrow, impressed.
You escaped from the Dark City? A feat that few have accomplished. Truly, I congratulate you on an exceptional performance, and I won't even mar your triumph by telling you that the Inquisition will, of course, be watching you very closely henceforth. I sincerely hope that your grand escape was not part of the Xenos' devious machinations. Yet I am surprised that this Xenos is still alive. What is it, your lordship? Sentimentality? Revenge? Cold calculation?
Calcazar gives Earliot a long, significant look.
If you do not finish her off yourself, send word when you have tired of her. My acolytes will be only too eager to learn her secrets.
No, wait, idiot, she's awesome. Leave her alone.
Clenching her jaw to the point of pain, Earliot hisses Eldari curses under her breath, but retreats half a step.
I have looked into the eyes of death, and of creatures far more dangerous than you, Monkey. Do not try to frighten me.
So you wish to speak to the Lord Inquisitor Ulfar?
Indeed. You petitioned our aid in fighting Xenos. We spilled much alien blood. But the wind of battle carried me far, and I lost contact with my pack. Do you know where I can seek out my brothers, the Baleful Howl? I am afraid not. According to the information in my possession, they withdrew from the battle raging in the Expanse.
The Lord Inquisitor's deferential tone now carries a dry edge.
You lie. The Baleful Howl never run from battle.
Ulfar's reply to the outrageous claim is surprisingly calm. Only the frosty chill of death born of his voice and carried across the room makes everyone's hair stand on end.
So what do you mean by withdrew?
Contrary to my request to continue hunting the Xenos, they embarked on an expedition whose objective is unknown to me. There has been no word of them since. Sounds suspicious. This is not how we wolves conduct ourselves. I can tell you no more. As you well know, your pack preferred not to report their plans and intentions to me.
Albeit no match for Ulfar's tongue of ice, the coldness in Calcazar's voice, too, could freeze an entire world.
So why do you think they diverted their attention?
I presumed it was to search for Brother Ulfar. It is common knowledge how deeply space wolves value the ties of brotherhood, far more deeply than the ties that bind them to other subjects of the Emperor.
So people disappearing in the vicinity of an Inquisitor is always cause for suspicion.
If this is some scheme of yours.
The Inquisitor dryly interrupts the All-Father's warrior.
Dare I remind you that your presence in the Expanse is not a favor to me, but the promised repayment of a debt? I was not so haughty when I returned your lost brother to Fenris. I did not demand recompense for my faithful servants who died saving him. I kept secret those details that could have damaged your honor. Why, then, does your gratitude taste so poisonous?
The mention of Ulfar's lost brother makes him grind his teeth in anger before he falls sullenly silent.
So is there any way you can help find them?
No, but I believe I know someone who is better informed. And I will name that person as soon as we finally start discussing the matter that prompted me to summon your lordship.
Okay, what is the current situation in the Expanse?
The cult of the Final Dawn and Drukhari raiders are vying with each other to see who can cause us the greatest turmoil. I have mobilized all the forces I can to repel the attacks, which is why we are still alive. Combined militia brigades are hunting for Xenos and guarding convoys, and expeditionary platoons under my command are crushing heretic rebellions. The situation is unstable, but I will not pretend that I was prepared for this crisis. However, we have not lost our footing yet.
So what has prompted the Drukhari to act so brazenly?
Prisoner interrogations indicate that an incident occurred in the Dark City, what the Xenos call a disjunction. A dimensional calamity that forced them to step up their raids in real space. Their audacity speaks to their desperation, which in turn will translate into new trials for his servants.
Earliot sighs raggedly. Her voice is scarcely above a whisper.
And so your quest for revenge has brought forth a new era of suffering for Monkey, Elentak. Are you satisfied?
So why has the cult of the Final Dawn become more active?
The warp is raging. This baleful sign always portends change, and crises beget desperation, the most fertile ground for heresy. I believe the archenemy's servants think their time has come. Or perhaps this day was marked in their profane scripture as the date of the end of existence. I will not trouble myself with further attempts to make sense of their blasphemous doctrine. They are bent on destroying us all, and so they must be destroyed.
So what makes you think you are capable of commanding the whole sector?
Do you see a better candidate for the job?
The Lord Inquisitor closes his eyes wearily for a moment.
I may no longer be in the first flush of youth, but believe me when I say that there are many things I would much rather be doing than playing constable to the Koronus Expanse. But, alas, every ruler in our sector chooses to confine their concern to the well-being of their own holdings, whereas I alone must take care of all.
So you have mobilized all forces, but not House von Valencius.
Are you not standing before me now? While your status remained unclear, I preferred not to requisition the resources of the von Valencius Protectorate. Your people dealt with Uralon the Cruel's agents and with Xeno's raids, and that was enough for me. But now is the time to add your might and talents to the scales.
But you must have an ingenious plan to save the Expanse.
The glance tossed at you is like a shot from an auto pistol at point-blank range.
If such a plan were to exist, information about it would be of the utmost secrecy. I suggest you focus on the current strategy of putting out each fire as you encounter it.
I understand.
I see no need to get bogged down in the details. To apprise you of all the information I currently possess would require more time than we have.
So what was the dispute between you and Caligos Winterscale about?
His lordship deemed it more important to show off his stubbornness than to safeguard the interests of the Expanse. Stupidity of the most burdensome kind. But my sources inform me that he nevertheless has joined my efforts against the Xenos, and so I have decided to stay any sanctions, for a time.
So why do you think he acted that way?
His lordship has long displayed a susceptibility to corrupting ideas. His loss of interest in managing his protectorate and his appetite for violence drew my notice some time ago.
After a moment's hesitation, Calcazar adds,
The only question that remains unanswered is how many agents of the archenemy have infiltrated his entourage.
So did you even try to discuss it with him, or did you immediately set Incendia on him?
The Inquisitor's jaw hardens.
Despite the impression I may have created, I am not a schoolmaster obliged to rein in misbehaving rogue traders. Caligos rejected the call to fulfill his duty to the Emperor. What discussion was there to be had?
Wow, you should have seen him. He summoned demons and such. Whoo, he was crazy. Caligos Winterscale is dead.
Earlier than I planned, but that is all to the good. On behalf of the Inquisition, I hereby inform you that your action will not be considered an attack on the privileges of a rogue trader.
So are you aware of the changes Incendia has wrought on Footfall?
Naturally. Her ladyship has done me an invaluable service by taking on the task of instilling order on the station. Though her style of leadership seems unnecessarily brutal to me, on the whole her actions have not exceeded the bounds I set.
So if you think she's unnecessarily brutal, why have you not intervened?
Firstly, I entrusted the task to her ladyship, and she is executing it competently. And secondly, Rel, are you unaware of what I am striving to do here? At present, I am trying to prevent the deaths of billions, yet you ask me why I am choosing not to save hundreds.
So I put an end to her dictatorship.
The Lord Inquisitor does not appear aggrieved at the news.
As I understand, this was a private confrontation between two rogue traders, yes?
Yep.
As such, I hope your house will reach a reconciliation with her ladyship's heir. You have not hindered my plans. Lady Incendia purged Footfall sufficiently that I was not distracted by the need to pacify it.
So what help do you want from me then?
Froscher, if you please.
The Inquisitor nods imperiously at the servant, who draws some kind of remote control from his pocket. All sounds whose sources are more than 3 meters away fade to nothing.
Ooh.
To my chagrin, the ability to be in two places at once does not number among my talents. That is why I wish for you to serve in my stead. I place such trust in very few people, you understand. You will feel what it is to walk in my shoes and attempt to compel a gaggle of quarrelsome blockheads to work together. You will reconquer Euphrates II for me.
The Inquisitor gestures to the servant, and the silencing field disperses.
Froscher, another recap, this one has gone cold.
Abelard stifles a grunt of displeasure, his mutter pitched for your ears only.
You will reconquer Euphrates II for me. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor has done away with all pretense and politeness now. His orders no longer come with even the veneer of a request.
So, point at the 7. Is he a valet or another Inquisition assassin?
Why can't both be true? Froscher has been a member of my retinue for 50 Terran years and the person in my entourage who comes closest to being my confidant.
Something akin to a warm smile touches the Inquisitor's lips.
We have had cause to be involved in many incidents whose reports have since been marked with a seal of silence.
Froscher nods deferentially, and on his aged, jowled face appears an expression caught between eternal loyalty, motherly affection, and religious devotion.
To what do I owe such an honor?
To whom else could I entrust this mission? No need to feign ignorance, Von Valancius, we both know the shortcomings of the other candidates for this position. At present in the Expanse, there are two people with the perspective and steady hand required to control this situation, and they are both standing in this room. So, if you will, dispense with the humble rogue trader act and win this war for me.
Can you tell me more about Euphrates II?
A sacred world of the Adeptus Mechanicus, off limits to lay people. I am one of the few who do not worship the Omnicia to have set foot on its surface, or rather, I was. Now it is crawling with unbelievers, the despicable word-bearers attacked and captured Euphrates II, and the cult of the Final Dawn brought an entire horde of heretics to the planet. I sent my troops to aid the explorator forces laying siege to the world, but a rift occurred among the commanders. They need an authoritative general, and you are perfect for the role. My confidence is not misplaced, I trust?
So, what matter first brought you to Euphrates II out of interest?
An utterly transparent attempt to learn secret intelligence. I offer to make you my general, and you try to pump me for information? Poorly done.
So the word bearers went there themselves? They didn't just send in their puppets?
Clearly, the stakes for them are high enough. Eurolon the Cruel has stirred his profane self to make a personal appearance on Euphrates II. Conrad Voitvir, incidentally, is also there. I hear you two have unfinished business.
Okay.
Him I will generously leave to you. When you are finished with him, you may simply dispose of his mortal remains, no need to surrender them to the Inquisition for an inquest. Consider it my gift.
I'm listening. Okay, now suddenly my interest spiked. Okay, what do they want with Euphrates II?
The reasons behind their machinations would be pure speculation at this point. Bring me prisoners to interrogate and perhaps we will gain some much-needed insight.
What forces do we have in place, and what is this rift that occurred between the commanders?
Explorator Fleet Divine Cognizance 78-21 recalled its most combat-ready units to retake the world. They were supported by my most powerful strike fleet and a group of deadlier allies. I dispatched a pack of space wolves to hunt down the transgressors. Unfortunately, the leaders have failed to find a common language. The esteemed Thorvald is at odds with the conclave of the Mechanicus' battle congregation, and the Omnicia's servants find Thorvald's strident nature off-putting. And neither group is fond of militant Sibilek, who commands my forces, or not fond, to be precise. The esteemed militant perished along with his ship a week ago when his noble allies failed to support his offensive.
The Inquisitor bows to Ulfar curtly.
I recommend that you, too, go to Euphrates II, my lord. Perhaps your pack was less reticent with the esteemed Thorvald than with me, and told him where they decided to direct their efforts. It is a fine suggestion, which I accept gratefully, Inquisitor.
The expression of respect on Ulfar's face does a poor job of hiding his antipathy.
So how did you manage to enlist the aid of angels of the Emperor?
I must remind you that I am still Lord Inquisitor of the Koronus Expanse, not merely some, what do you always say, Froscher? Some grox bothering prick. If certain rogue traders at times allow themselves to speak to me in an overly willful manner, that should not give you cause to doubt my authority.
Okay, the situation is clear.
You will be given the details when you arrive in orbit around Euphrates II.
Okay, I will smash the heretics.
I never doubted you, your lordship. The Emperor protects.
The Emperor protects.
Calcazar nods at the paper that his servant has deferentially delivered to the table.
This document attests to the extraordinary powers you now have at your disposal. I am counting on your success, Rel.
Okay,